Good morning. I'm tempted to go the other direction today. This beautiful sky. I don't see a single cloud anywhere. All around. 360 degrees. Let's head up this direction today. It's been a while since we were up this way. Just here a couple hundred yards alongside in this northerly direction. By the way, we have had lots of visitors these days. We had 2 full buses for lunch yesterday here. Many different groups coming to visit the site. Also, many local people from around the country staying here for the weekend. It was interesting meeting Muslims and Armenian Christians, Arab Christians, and Jewish people, and they're all staying here in Magdala for the weekend. So it's very, very interesting to see this new increased movement, greater confidence after all the torture and trial of the last year and a half. Maybe in nature it's also coming back to growth, and that's something beautiful. And humanity enters a darker chapter today in the consequences of the disobedience in the Garden of Eden, and they're expelled from the Garden of Eden. It's amazing how we want to grasp and control life and be the ultimate and last authority and the ultimate power. And we still hope for that sometimes. Sometimes the way people talk about AI, artificial intelligence, it's like putting a hope in something. No doubt it will help us, like tractors helped us more than horses, like computers helped us more than typewriters, and artificial intelligence will be a great tool. But the deepest issue is the heart of the human being, and being in the right order in reality. And there's a tree of life in the middle of the garden. And we were asked not to take from that fruit. That's not ours to manage. It's not ours to dominate. It's a gift. Life is a gift. A major gift. A beautiful gift. Life is a gift. And to discover that gift, to cherish that as a gift, not something to grasp and to control, and also the lives of others. We can't dispose of them. We can't grasp them. We can't control them. And human life, to nourish human life, the art of parenting, of raising children, to reach great freedom, true use of their freedom, true values of their freedom. So easy to become a consumeristic person. The type of dominion is really a dominion over ourselves internally, over our wishes, our desires. And ultimately it's the love for our Creator, the gratitude for creation, the care of creation, the true care of ourselves, of others. We thought we could wrestle with God. We discover that we are completely dependent on Him. And really on our own, very helpless. Like a plant without roots. We need to be rooted deeply to draw the elements for our life. We need to be open, with our leaves open to receive the chlorophyll, to receive the light energy through the chlorophyll. We also have the structure and the ability to receive light from God, to receive His gifts. And it's a hard lesson when we just go on our own. We give ourselves our own laws without any reference to our Creator. Our life is pure gift, and so many other aspects of our lives are also gifts received from others and ultimately from God. And that's why we say grace before meals and grace after meals. That very simple little gesture that may be forgotten by many would be a great recovery for the human spirit to be able to say thank you to our Creator for our meals. It would be the beginning of an education that would stem the growth of pride. And the grace before meals is always very richer when it includes the prayer for those who have less to eat or very little to eat or sometimes nothing to eat. The compassion for those in need, the gratitude for the gifts we have because we didn't really make them all. The air we breathe, all that went into the grains of wheat and the beautiful bread rolls we enjoy. Our life is pure gift. We are created. And so many other aspects of our lives are also gifts received from others and ultimately from God. And that's why we should also pray grace after meals, to thank God for the gifts we've just received. Before we eat, to thank Him that we're about to eat, that we have something on the table. Also, the great gift of Shabbat is kind of not working on the Lord's Day. The gift of stopping and realizing that it's not our wrestling produces everything. Our busyness, our industry, our technology. That a day of rest we enter into the joy and the presence of the Creator. I'm not crossing over here today, but another day we will. If I had my sticks, it would be easier. We must do that. Look at these beautiful plants flowering. Along a gully here, it's so easy for vegetation to flourish, no shortage of water, planted by the running stream. And that's the recognition of the source, that we are sourced, our life and all we need for our life. And we do gain and regain strength when we look around us and see somebody in need and give them something to eat. Give them some support, give them a word of encouragement, help them out with a flat tire, with a flat wheel, help them in a moment of drudgery when they're overburdened, when they're tired. Give them a break, relieve their burden, carry them some of the way. And even though we're not the ultimate source of our strength, when we share the little strength we have, we become stronger. When we help needier people, when we give them what has been given to us, when we give them a generous portion of what has been given to us, because we're all together. Even if there are thousands, and today there were 7,000 in the gospel who are in need, and they're fed. Right across the lake, more or less where the sun is hitting over there, that's the memory of this miracle, just a little south of that. Very interesting. We have the combination of these two readings. We're sent out of the garden, punishment for sin, consequences of our selfishness, of our autonomy, search of our pride. And then we have the story of this need. My heart is moved with pity for the crowd because they have been with me now for 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they will collapse on the way. I'm not sure if you can hear on the phone, I can hear the jackals up on the Mount Arbel over there somewhere, but who knows if we could get to see them. I often thought it'd be nice to capture them on the camera when they're in that stage of crying or hunting their prey. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they will collapse on the way. The compassion to notice the weakness of the other. Lifting up the broken other, the bombed out other, the homeless other. Where can anyone get enough food, bread to satisfy them in this deserted place? How many loaves do you have? 7. Sit down. He took the loaves and gave thanks. The blessing of the food before eating. And gave them to his disciples to distribute. He also had a few fish, surely from the Sea of Galilee here. He said the blessing over them, another blessing. He ordered them distributed also. They ate and were satisfied. They picked up the fragments. Sorry, it was 4,000 people. They picked up the fragments. You know, the waste we have today. There are more than fragments thrown away today. Whole meals. People pile up their plates and don't finish. Where were their parents to educate them? Where were their older siblings to help them? Their cousins? They picked up the fragments, not to waste. So much waste. Some people take a cheese and to cut off a whole chunk of the sides because it's just a little drier. It's all good food. It could be used in a moment of baking, a moment of other cooking. It could be grated and used. So much thrown away. So much meat thrown away. So much waste. So many hungry. They picked up the fragments left. 7 baskets full. And then it says he dismissed the crowd and got into the boat with his disciples and came to the region of Dalmanuta. And there are scholars who speculate that that's here. One of the names, or the proper name for Magdala in Hebrew is Migdal Nun. Nun is a fish. Migdal Nun. That's the full name. Migdal becomes Magdala. Magdala Nun, Dalmanuta. So they speculate that as words often change in usage, Dalmanuta could be along here. But that's okay. The big issue is that we learn to say thanks, that we bless the Lord for the gifts we're about to receive, the gifts of life. God bless you people. See you later, alligators. Shabbat Shalom to our good friends who help us here, many guides, many staff. Many providers. God bless you all. Have a blessed weekend.